Alright, hey, what's going on guys? It's Sam here, and today is Friday, October 16th, 2020, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best things to buy, sell, and maybe even invest in right now in NBA 2K21, and then I also have some new snipe filters you guys should start using immediately, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video for those. So as usual guys, we're going to go ahead and start with any new content we got in NBA 2K21 today, and then we're going to switch over to Twitter, see if we got any new locker codes, or if there's any new information regarding upcoming content in the game. So let's go ahead, switch over to the pack market, and as you can see, we got the season 2 tip-off packs, just like season 1, where we get 15 cards from the east and from the west. So just looking at the west here, James Worthy, I have to say it, this is probably the best card we got today, and this card can get like almost every badge in the game, or I think maybe every badge in the game, and he's just an all-around beast. We got Diamond Greg Oden, Darius Miles, Karl Anthony Towns, a nice Porzingis replacement, Yao Ming. Dear Lord, this card's going to be annoying. We got Rafe LaFrance, a good budget stretch center. We got James Harden, Buddy Hield, and then a whole bunch of other players. I'm not going to read through all of them because you guys don't want to hear me read through 30 names. And then in the East, we got Pink Diamond Pete Maravich, Diamond Larry Johnson, Diamond Derek Coleman, Amethyst Shaquille O'Neal, Amethyst Steve Smith, Danny Granger, Andrea Banyarny, Jay Williams, Marcus Smart, Bradley Beal, Markel Fultz, and just a bunch of other players. Thon Maker. So we got a wide variety of names and players today. So the market should be popping a little bit. You know, there should be opportunities to make some MT. And yeah, we'll get into the market update here in just a second. But let's go ahead and see if there's anything in the game that they added new. And you'll see that we have a bonus ball drop today after every win and trophy throw online. So if you guys want to try to make tokens in there or just make some MT, definitely a good event to definitely try out. Looking at the limited, you'll see that the rules this week are players that are top 10 picks in their NBA draft class, so the market's not really going to be affected too much by that because a lot of the good best players in the game were drafted in the top 10, so nothing too crazy there. And then yeah, let's switch over to Twitter. And we have a locker code right here. This one, it's in the game. This one isn't too crazy. It's not the normal one. This is just the code that's going to unlock you the Vince Carter. That'll get you the Hall of Fame badge and tokens if you complete the challenge with this card. So that's that. I thought I'd just include that. And then the main one right here is the Welcome to Next is Now locker code, where you get one of these packs or tokens. And I got tokens, unfortunately, but hey, that doesn't mean you guys are going to get tokens. So go ahead, enter this if you haven't already. Free stuff is always nice. But switching back over to the game now, let's go ahead and get into the market update, and I'll tell you guys if the prices are high or low today and whether or not you should be buying or selling cards. And I'll say this right away, the market isn't really crashed at all. I mean, some prices are down on some cards, but that is because there are new cards that came out today that has driven down the price of a already existing card. So a prime example, Porzingis, like I said earlier, might be down in price, or probably is down in price because of Karl Anthony Towns coming out, another stretch center. Some traditional bigs like Mutombo and stuff probably are down in price because Yao Ming came out. I mean, he's a pretty unique card, but for example, I don't know why many people would probably use Mutombo over Shaq when they're both traditional centers. Shaq's faster and just a better scorer, and a lot of people value scoring in this game. So Dikembe Mutombo is probably down in price. We probably have Boris Diaw, who's already really cheap, down in price because Larry Johnson, actually no, Boris Diaw is probably not affected because he's just a budget card, but Larry Johnson, a good substitute for the 4. Pistol Pete, I don't think it's really going to affect many cards' prices. I mean, Darren Williams still has better defense than Pete because he doesn't have clamps. So there's just a lot of situations like that, but in general, the market isn't crashed. And if anything, since the servers were down a little bit this morning and not too many people, well, people are ripping packs, but I got to mention this. More people are ripping the West than the East because this James Worthy is just so good. And that's another player that could have dropped the price of some cards in the market. But like I was saying, the West, more people rip the West packs than the East just because of the James Worthy. And before we get into the snipe filters, I just want to go over a couple cards that people might be curious what their prices are looking like. And Dominique Wilkins, he held his value just because he's still a really good card. Look at that, almost 200K for him still. Absolutely, just a great card. So I mean, it makes sense. There's not really a forward or shooting guard that came out that's better than him. James Worthy's probably better at the 4 than the 3. Chris Webber, I mean, it's kind of a unique situation. He's not affected. He's actually gone up in price because Draymond Green, people want the Draymond Green. LeBron James, I want to show you guys this price. A lot of people might think he's crashed. He was literally going for almost 100K yesterday. He's already above 200. So LeBron James holding his value makes sense. The card's amazing. It's LeBron James. So I mean, that makes sense. And then I think there was one other card I wanted to look at, if I can remember. I think it was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, I believe, is holding value still at about 90 to 100k. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to 100k just because it's Kevin Durant. So those are the cards I wanted to go over. Let's go ahead and get into the snipe filters now. So going ahead and getting into the snipe filters now, like I said earlier, guys, more people are ripping packs of the West than the East. So keeping that in mind with these first filters here that I'm going to suggest, the pink diamond, not the pink diamond, I'm getting ahead of myself here, the East and West Season 2 minimum filters, if that makes sense. So Season 2 tip-off West is going to actually be cheaper than the Season 2 tip-off East because more people are ripping the West and there's just more of the cards up, so the prices of them are down. So I was looking, and a lot of these cards are still glitching. It's a very annoying bug, but most of these cards aren't going under 3,000 MT. I mean, I can't tell if these are bugged. I don't really want to try and test it. I assume these are bugged. So they're going for about 3,000 minimum. So if you want to just do an all around, Season 2 tip off West filter, I'd recommend putting this about 2,500. Maybe monitor the price, maybe lower it as the day goes on, because obviously the price is eventually going to go down. And the prices are just so expensive right now because people want these cards for the XP and they're new. So there's that. But that's what I would do if you want to snipe right now and you don't have a lot of MT. Probably 2,500 MT for the West. Now, flipping over to the East, this is actually crazy. I was looking, in the East is about 4,000 MT. A lot. Wow. These are probably already bought. And again, I don't really want to test this because I want to get these cards for cheaper, but I can guarantee that card's already bought. So they're about 4,500 MT, if not more. About 4,500 to 5,000 MT. So check the price on your console and at the time you're watching this video. As of me making this video, I'd probably set this to like 3,900. Tip off East and just spam. Oh, I actually got that one. Middle of the video. That's awesome. Okay, so we got Darko for 3,300, but seriously, it's still gonna be glitched since I bought it. Okay, 3,900. I mean, I could flip that for 4,500, make some MT because that one's obviously glitched. So as you can see, those filters are gonna be very, very active. You don't need a lot of MT for it, and the East is gonna be more expensive than the West. So if you don't have hardly any MT, then I guess start with the West. Now, moving on to a couple more filters that you're gonna need a little bit more MT, but there's higher profit margins. The first one I'm gonna recommend is the Amethyst Center filter, and that's because on the Amethyst Center you can see Porzingis, you can see Karl-Anthony Towns, you can see Shaq, you can see Yao Ming, you can see Willis Reed. Now Willis Reed, he's gonna be the cheapest card on here, but you see he goes for about, I think that's probably not glitched because I mean he's only 10,000. So let's say he's 8,400. I'm just gonna put this down to, I'll probably just do 7,400, and oh man, we got outside just because this filter is gonna be very, very sweaty. But on this filter, you can see Yao Ming, Porzingis. I already mentioned all the names once, so I probably won't do it again. But in this filter, you can see all these cards right here: Yao Ming, Kristaps, Carl. I would assume, oh, Kareem, wow. I would assume that Shaq and Yao Ming are probably the most expensive. Pau Gasol. You can just see so many cards on this filter. So it's definitely a very active filter. Yeah, and look at that. Porzingis went way down, not way down, but went down in price because of this new cat card. So definitely would try that filter out, especially if you don't want to, use the other filters I just recommended. Another filter you could definitely target, and it's going to be a very unique one, but it's the James Harden filter, just because if you guys didn't know, the new Ruby James Harden's needed in the exchange. Needed in the exchange for the, what's his name? Oh my gosh, the power forward center Washington player, I forget his name, but he's needed for the new Pink Diamond exchange player, and he's going to hold just a little bit more value just because of that. So it looks like he's about 4,000 MT. I feel like that's probably glitched. That's probably accurate right there, 4,600. So 4,500. Again, I'd probably set this to about 3,700. And make sure you type James Harden. Don't do Ruby Season 2 East or West, because you can definitely get the Amethyst in this filter as well. So I mean, ideally you want to get the Amethyst James Harden in this filter. That'd be pretty dope because it looks like he's still going for a good amount of MT. So the James Harden filter wouldn't be too bad. I'm sure some people are on it. Probably is going to be a little sweaty, but hey, it's just another filter you can use and switch between when you're when you're just sniping. So lastly here, I saved some of the best ones for last. The pink diamond east and west. Obviously, you got to monitor the prices. I'm not really sure what pistol Pete is going to settle at, but I know for sure James Worthy's always going to be a snipe. So pink diamond season 2 west, just set this to minimum buyout 500 and spam and pray that a James Worthy's going to pop up. You can do that, and then if you switch this to the east, good. So it looks like Pete Maravich is still holding value, and it makes sense. He's a good card, and he's needed for XP. Wow, 200,000. I didn't expect him to be that much. So yeah, you could literally flip between the two. It kind of sucks they're not right by each other, but you could literally go like this and target both at the same time. That'd be honestly not a bad strategy, and I'm pretty sure it guarantees a refresh if you switch between filters like this or themes like that. So that would definitely be a good filter you could hit up. And then lastly, I kind of went backwards here. You could do the diamond power forward filter, because in this filter you got Chris Webber, Larry Johnson, and Derek Coleman. And I assume Derek Coleman's the cheapest because he wasn't that good of a card. But looking at the price here, I actually didn't look up his price before this video, so it's going to take me an extra little bit of time here. 52,000, 5,100, 49,000, 48. So it looks like he's probably going to keep dropping, so make sure you monitor his price. But let's say 45,000 he's going for right now. Honestly, set this to 40,000 and refresh, and ideally you want to see a Larry Johnson, or actually no, ideally you want to see a Chris Webber. If you see a Chris Webber, you're going to be making a lot of MT, because that card goes for over 120,000 because of that Draymond set. But right there, guys, those are the filters I have for you today. I would really I'd probably sit on the Amethyst Center filter myself, because that filter is looking pretty good. But seriously, let me know below how you do with these filters, or what filters you've been using. Maybe I forgot a couple, but if you enjoyed the video, guys, go ahead, hit the like button, especially if you learned something new and enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're brand new. We legit live stream on YouTube and Twitch every single day, and I upload multiple times per week, pretty much every day as well. So a sub is always appreciated, especially if you're liking the content. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace out.